What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And I have some big news for you guys today, because Bayern Munich have withdrawn their contract offer for David Alaba. Alaba rejected Bayern's third contract offer in a row, and then Bayern said, you know what? We are not coming back with a fourth offer. It's clear that you don't want to be here anymore. And David Alaba is only 28 years old, and Liverpool could sign him on a free transfer at the end of the season. But we could do a deal with Bayern in January, saying to Bayern Munich, we will pay you 10-15 million pounds. Give us Alaba in January, and that way you get a little bit of money for Alaba. And also Alaba gets his chance to join one of the best clubs in the world, Liverpool FC, who are still top of the Premier League. And Alaba is targeted by Liverpool and also by Real Madrid, and he will be able to negotiate with foreign clubs, not German clubs, in January. So it's very important for Liverpool to strike a deal early. So we should go to Bayern Munich during November, December, so this month or next month, and strike a deal for Alaba's permanent transfer in the January transfer window. So guys, if you enjoy these transfer news updates, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments below which centre back do you want Liverpool to sign in the January transfer window. And this is what Heiner told German news station. We presented Alaba with a really good, very fair, competitive offer, especially during these pandemic times. We told Alaba's agent during the last meeting that we wanted clarity and we wanted an answer by the end of October, because we want to plan for such an important position and personnel. But we didn't hear anything. We didn't get an answer back. Our sporting director Hasan Salihamidzic then contacted the agent, and the answer was that the offer is still unsatisfying and that we should think more. We then decided to take the offer off the table completely. That means there is no longer any offer on the table for David Alaba. So basically the agent got greedy. The agent wanted more money for his client, and possibly he gets a share of that as well. And that's how the agents work nowadays in modern football. I don't really like it, but that's the business of modern football and the agents. And of course the agent is acting in the best interest of Alaba, but also in the best interest of himself. So I can understand why Bayern Munich decided not to pursue this any further. The big question is now, will Alaba get a similar offer from another club, or does Alaba have to lower his asking price? I think what they want is, the agent and Alaba, what they want is for Alaba to be able to leave on a free transfer. So basically the transfer fee that Bayern Munich would have got, the agent and Alaba himself will get paid a massive signing on fee, potentially in the region of 10-15 million pounds, into the pocket of Alaba and his agent. Possibly that's what they are going after here. And I don't really like it, but that's the business of modern football nowadays. And according to Kevin Phillips, who is now working as a pundit, he's a former top goal scorer in the Premier League, he said that Liverpool will definitely consider a move for David Alaba, who is out of contract at the end of the season. And as I said, he's only 28 years old and he has won everything at Bayern Munich. He's multiple Champions League, multiple Bundesliga winners, and he won every single trophy in club football there is to win at Bayern Munich. So I think Alaba thinks that it's time for a new challenge, similar to Thiago. And we already have good relationship with Bayern Munich because we negotiated the Thiago deal with them very recently. And Alaba is definitely a potential target for Liverpool, who have been very short in terms of centre-backs. We only have Joe Gomez as our senior fit centre-back, and we had to play Reece Williams and Nathaniel Phillips recently. They have done well, but I don't expect them to play regularly for many years in Liverpool's defense. So this is what Kevin Phillips said. Alaba is definitely an option for Liverpool. It is certainly an area that Liverpool will look at. He has a lot of quality and he can play in a number of positions. He will definitely be a player that Klopp will look at, and Klopp will know him very well. He will be in contact with people that know him very well too. They will have targets already, I'm pretty sure of that. Their recruitment and scouting has been amazing since Jurgen Klopp has been at Liverpool. It would not surprise me if a player of that caliber came through the door. And I fully agree, it wouldn't surprise me either. And Alaba is playing as a centre-back for Bayern Munich this season, and he has done very, very well. Bayern are on a winning streak again, and this is what the Bayern manager Hansi Flick said. Against Bielefeld, Atletico Madrid and Eintracht Frankfurt, Alaba is doing a very good job at centre-back. I feel he's the same as last season, very focused, loud on the pitch. He's one of the players who leads our defense. For me, there is no difference between now and last season. I'm not concerning myself with worries about the January transfer window at all right now. I still hope that Alaba will sign with Bayern, because I think he knows what the situation is like here in Munich. It's a lot of fun to train with the team, with a good atmosphere here. We play successful football, and this club is one of the best in the world. The conditions are top for every player right now, and I think he will think twice about changing that. It's his decision and we have to respect that, obviously, but I hope he will stay. He has to decide. My feeling is irrelevant. Hansi Flick said the exact same thing before Thiago joined Liverpool. He said exactly the same, that he hopes Thiago will stay at Bayern because it's one of the best clubs in the world. But the thing is, Liverpool are also one of the best clubs in the world. Liverpool also have an incredibly good atmosphere, and I think Alaba is still friends with Thiago, so Thiago will probably tell him what a great place Liverpool is to play football at, and Alaba will want to win everything in England as well, and Liverpool would be the perfect club for him, and Alaba can play at the top level for another 5, 6, 7 years, so he could still play at 33, 34 years old, so there is no reason to say why Alaba couldn't win everything with Liverpool in the next 5 years. And we have a very important injury update on Matip and Thiago and also Naby Keita. So this is what Jurgen Klopp said. Naby Keita and Joel Matip trained on Sunday with the team in full training. Thiago didn't, he is still like in rehabilitation and he's part training. So that's the situation. I have really no idea what I do with this information in the moment, because yes, they trained, that's good. It's better than if they don't train, but we have to see what we do with it. We have another day to make these decisions. A lot of players will be on the plane, hopefully, and so decisions will be made very, very late. Yesterday was recovery day for some people and normal training for the other players. So now we have to see how the boys feel today. It's pretty early now and I have not all the information, but I hope nothing serious injury-wise after the West Ham game. And I think there is a real possibility that Jurgen Klopp will heavily rotate the team against Atalanta, because Liverpool have one of, if not the most important games of the season against Manchester City coming on the weekend. So Liverpool will want their first 11 fresh, ready for that Man City game. So I think against Atalanta we will see a mixed bag, if you like. I expect Jota to start against Atalanta. I expect maybe Shaqiri and Origi or Minamino to start as well. And I was absolutely baffled when I heard many journalists and pundits calling Salah's incident where Salah gets a penalty a dive. The BBC Match of the Day show said it, and other journalists as well, which I find absolutely hypocritical and also just plain wrong. Salah was clearly kicked on the foot, and many times when Salah was kicked before in the box, if he doesn't go down, he doesn't get a penalty. So he learned the hard way that English referees only give a penalty if you go down. So he went down, it wasn't a dive, he got clearly fouled, and he has every right to go down. And I find it absolutely despicable, because when Harry Kane does it, when Raheem Sterling does it, the pundits call it clever play. But when a foreigner does it, when Mo Salah does it, or other players do it, then they call him a diver. I mean, that's just plain wrong in my opinion, and I think there is a hidden agenda protecting players from England, and especially English international players like Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, from the pundits, and they should call it out every time the same, no matter what player it is that is involved in the incident. That's my opinion. And Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp agrees. He says, "I don't know what people need. What can I say? It was a foul on Salah, pretty much for everybody who saw the situation. Believe it or not, yesterday morning I spoke to Salah about how he feels, and he has exactly 3 proper knocks, and one of them is on his foot from the penalty situation. There's a knock. You go down or not. Sometimes the ref whistles. We don't talk for long about penalties we don't get, but now 3 days after the game we talk about it, and there was clear contact. What can I say? No, I don't understand the criticism on Mo Salah." Exactly my opinion, and Jurgen Klopp said it right, and I'm happy that he's defending Salah and he's speaking out on behalf of Salah, because it's absolutely ridiculous that Salah is getting criticized when he was clearly kicked in the foot and fouled. And Jurgen Klopp said that they are expected Jota to start in a similar fashion, and they are not surprised that Jota is so good, because that's why they signed him. Jota is good, as players should be when they join us. He's experienced and he has already played a lot of football in the Premier League. He's a really good boy and he's a really good signing. I knew it would not take long for him to adapt, because the intensity level from Wolves is very high. The boys on the wings have to run like crazy, so we knew physically he would be good. Then it's all about finding your feet in a new environment. It was easy for him to step into the squad, and it's good that we have more than 11 players who are in a good shape at the moment. It's about coming into a game and finding rhythm, and the substitutes come on with no pressure. Sometimes if a player is starting, he has the right, he has the night before to think about it. It's personal and it's a learning process. Coming on and starting a game when you are new to the club also brings a lot of pressure. Now the big question is, who should be Liverpool's starting front three? Should Salah and Mane start with Firmino or Jota? At the moment, Jota is in better form and he's scoring goals, something that Firmino is not really doing. Apart from a tap-in that he scored from, he has no contributions. And last season, he scored just 1 goal at Anfield, and that was in the last home game of the season. So I think maybe Firmino should be taken out of the team, but I think we will rotate. The big question is, who will start against Man City? I still think that Firmino will start that game just because of the system Liverpool play and how important Firmino is to that system. But long term, I think the starting 11 should be Jota on the left, Mane through the middle and Salah on the right. And James Pearce said this about Xherdan Shaqiri. He weighed up a potential move back to the Bundesliga. But after that, Xherdan Shaqiri opted to stay at Liverpool because he backed himself to force his way into Jurgen Klopp's plans, and he also knew that leaving Liverpool would be a step down. And Jurgen Klopp was delighted that Shaqiri reaffirmed his commitment to the cause. I think it was a huge decision that benefited Liverpool, because Shaqiri already made some key contributions, especially now that you saw what a good passer he is when he assisted Jota on the weekend for the winning goal. And Trent Alexander-Arnold got a little bit sentimental after Liverpool left Melwood to move into their new training ground, the AXA training complex in Kirkby. He said this, Trent: "For me, growing up, Melwood was where I always wanted to get to. I would see the cars going past my house on Queen's Drive. It was where I wanted to be. That was my motivation, an amazing place for me in my childhood." And he also said on Jota's impact, really positive on and off the pitch, nice lad who has settled right in. It's not easy to settle so quickly, but he has adapted fast and he's learning every day about how the manager wants him to play. And I think it's brilliant how Jota settled in. It's also a little bit sad that we are leaving Melwood, but you have to move forward as a football club, and if the new training ground offers a better preparation for the Liverpool players, better recovery, then long term it will benefit the football club, and that's what we want ultimately. And Peter Crouch, who is now a pundit, and I really love his work as a pundit, I think he's brilliant, he has said that now Firmino's place is under threat because Jota is on fire. This is what he said. I was of the opinion Firmino was one player who would never be dropped by Jurgen Klopp. But given their respective form, there is now a big decision for Jurgen Klopp to make. I've been so impressed by Jota. He took his goal brilliantly against West Ham, and also looks like he will make a difference every time he is on the pitch, and he has given them an element of unpredictability, and he has made his transfer fee look very shrewd business. He warrants a start in a game of that magnitude against Man City, but I wouldn't forget about all Firmino has done. It would be a big shout if he didn't start next Sunday, and that's exactly what I said previously in this video, that I'm really looking forward to who Jurgen Klopp will start against Man City, because I think that will show us whether Jota or Firmino is ahead in the pecking order. But I have to say that Jota earned his starting place, I think, with the contributions that he made recently. And also, Trent Alexander-Arnold has set a new Premier League record. No outfield player has been on the winning side more times in their first 100 Premier League appearances than Trent Alexander-Arnold. 77 times Liverpool won when Trent was on the pitch in their first 100 games. That's a 77% win ratio. That is out of this world. Absolutely crazy good, honestly. And hats off to Trent, and hats off to Liverpool, and what they have done in the last few seasons has been nothing short of amazing. Thanks for watching, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this Liverpool transfer news video. More videos to come very soon, so stay tuned. See you later, guys. Goodbye.